your week in an innovative way.
Kingdom Principles every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. on Isaac 98.1 FM. This is Double D, better known as Deacon Devon.
This is the ever-dynamic Kimberly. Call me Kim. Join us for vibrant, edifying, and humorous topics every Sunday evening.
Call or message us as we work together on promoting
God's Kingdom Principles.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of the Family Focus Broadcasting Network.
Starting off your week in an innovative way.
Kingdom Principles every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. on Isaac 98.1 FM. This is Double D, better known as Deacon Devon.
This is the ever-dynamic Kimberly. Call me Kim. Join us for vibrant, edifying, and humorous topics every Sunday evening.
Call or message us as we work together on promoting
God's Kingdom Principles.
Mama, mama. Oh, mama, mama. Mama, I love you. Oh, mama, mama. Mama, you are so special in my eyes, and I admire your smile and your look of God's delight. 'Cause even through the roughest of times, you kept your head high, and that's love, you see. You are a queen to me, Mama. You're beautiful, and that's straight from my heart. Mama, you're wonderful. You love right from the start. Mama, you are, Mama, you are, Mama, you're beautiful to me. Mama, you are, Mama, you are, Mama, you're beautiful to me. When money now runs, still your love never differ. Never at all could your faith not deliver. To me know you are a giver. You gave to me unselfishly. And as long as my life can recall, you've been my darling, and my gratitude stands tall. I want to give you the worth of all that you deserve. Your name is beauty, in my heart your seat's reserved. You are a beauty, and that teardrop in your eye, I know that it's with joy. Mom, your love's for real. You are a queen to me. Mama, you're beautiful, and that's straight from my heart. Mama, you're wonderful. You love right from the start. Mama, you are, Mama, you are, Mama, you're beautiful to me. Mama, you are, Mama, you are, Mama, you're beautiful to me. You showed me love, and I showed you thanks. You showed me how
Yeah, man.
to be a better man.
Inside.
It is with love that I've come to you.
All right. Good evening, sweet tea and tea, the Caribbean and the rest of the world. This is Deacon Devon alongside the lady herself, Kimberly, on Kingdom Principles. Good evening, Kim.
Good evening, Dev. How are you?
I'm good. Welcoming everyone to Isaac 98.1 FM on this beautiful Sunday evening, Mother's Day.
Yeah.
As we recognize our mothers right through. And I want to let me do this early because we have so much to cover.
Go on.
Let me give a big shout out to my mother, all right, as well as my wife, all right, so she's a mother, my mother-in-law, my sisters, and all extended family, friends, church, everybody, because I'll miss.
Yeah.
I'll miss, as I'm not going through that, right? So all mothers throughout the world, the Caribbean, the church, everyone, listen.
Right.
Happy Mother's Day to you, Kim.
Well, I wouldn't name names. That would get me in way too much trouble. So, happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. We are, especially those who, this might be a difficult time. For some people, you might have already lost a mother, or some people might still be longing to become a biological mother. So, being sensitive in this time, we wish you well.
Yeah.
And God's blessings be upon everyone.
Yes, that is very true. Several persons are, going through that hard time, losing a mom, and it's not easy. I would not, imagine how horrible that would be. The experience for that person. So listen, love to you. If you are a biological mother, surrogate mother, you act in a motherly role. You may not have a birth child, but you still act in that particular role. So love to everyone on this wonderful Mother's Day. I want to do some things early.
Of course.
Before we get into our thing. So what I want to do from the start, before I give my acknowledgements, is let persons know our topic and let them know to jump on this as early as possible. Time runs really fast.
Really fast.
Really, really fast. So we are streaming on YouTube. You will not see us on Facebook unless you are on my page on Facebook. We're experiencing some technical challenges, and we want to continue to encourage persons to bless 98.1 FM as we continue our drive to update our systems within studio. All right, so continue to see how you can be a blessing financially to our station. If we have blessed you, let's see if you can also be a blessing to us. Kim, we let persons know our topic right off the bat.
Right.
Which is
Modesty May.
And we are going to be focusing within this modesty on dress, on the clothing.
Yes.
All right, the clothes. We could talk about the other things, but the hot button issue for the time being would be the clothes. But before we jump into that, I want to give some shout outs to those who came before us. We have Professor, who was here in the morning, Patrick, as well as the lady Tessity Sampson, and we had our wonderful brother Sherwin Bacchus, who held down the fort. Safe journey to Sherwin as you journey to your family. Blessings to all. And a big shout out as well to Ground Control as he celebrated his birthday the other day. Yeah.
Happy birthday to Ground.
Yeah. Ground getting younger like the road.
All right.
Yeah, younger by the day, Ground. Younger by the day. Yeah, young like the road. All right, Kim, let me give you your space to give your contributions before we jump in. Go ahead.
So we accept WhatsApp messages. So you can send us a voice message or a typed message at 275-1981. If you are an international listener, that would be 868.
I love when they do that.
275-1981. So we are accepting WhatsApp messages until 7:50 p.m. If you are in fact a national Trinidadian, even if you in the diaspora somewhere, Trinis are always gonna be Trinis.
Always.
7:45, 7:45.
7:45. Listen, we run with 7:45, right?
7:45, lock it off.
Yeah. We're not doing the 7:50 because Trinis, I don't know, like it's late by nature.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter which sphere of life you go. I can't say some things, right? I can't, but what I will say is like it doesn't matter. Anywhere you go, you find late people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, let me just say that one out. All right.
Yeah, so we're taking messages until 7:45 p.m. Yes. So with that being said,
and your length of your voice note should be
under 2 minutes.
Under 2 minutes.
Yes.
Right.
So 2 minutes is the maximum because we are trying to accommodate everyone being able to give their contributions. Good night to Brother Eastman.
Shout out
It's been a while since we've heard from him.
Yeah.
Good night to my mother.
Yeah, shout out to moms. Happy Mother's Day,
Happy
moms.
Mother's Day to you, mommy, for the 99 time for the day.
Right.
So I'll be reading our scripture verse tonight. Our scripture verse is taken from 1 Timothy 2. I'll be reading verses 8 to 10. I don't know why Devon take my thing out my notes, but all right, no problem. I was saving this for
part 3.
I was saving this, Dev, but I will read it. So, touch your Bibles. Let's go. We have our page, and we are reading 1 Timothy 2, verses 8 to 10. I will therefore that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands without wrath and doubting. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair, or gold, or pearls, or costly array, but, in brackets, which becometh women professing godliness, close brackets, with good works. So, in other words, your outward appearance have nothing to do with your godliness. The posture of your heart have everything to do with your godliness.
Look to it.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. So let's get into it.
Okay, that just lighting a fire. We have ground control. He's saying Happy Mother's Day to B Kimberly.
Oh, thank you, girl. Alright. No problem.
I don't even
thank you so much.
Loaded, Happy Mother's Day to be to you too, girl. You know? Yeah, that's so loaded. So let me see Brother Eastman, and we have Leslie, shout out to you.
Leslie, good evening.
Leslie, we have your messages, and we'll play your messages very early. We have Brother Eastman. Brother Eastman has some messages as well. Let me see if I can line up Brother Eastman's messages and get those inside.
Right now I'm talking there, enough slip from me. Yeah. So happy Mother's Day to your mother Devon and Kimberly and grandmother and the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, the whole world. Good evening to everybody. Yeah, I'm back on track again. This thing growing up slipping on me. So I'm going to cut it short and sweet. Happy Mother's Day to all the females in the whole wide world. Not only Trinidad and Tobago, the whole wide world. Right? So you all return safe to your beloved family in Jesus' mighty name. Love in the house. Love you all. Yesterday going and tomorrow will be taken care of. All Father God saying, give me a heart, I wish none shall perish, but all shall have everlasting life. In Jesus' mighty name. Thank you. Love in the house. Say a prayer for me and my family.
Thank you very much, Brother Eastman. Love to you. We appreciate the greetings. Penny Khan says blessings to both of you. Hope your day was blessed yesterday.
Thank you so much.
Was it a good one for you, Kim?
I would say so.
Okay, good. Today was a good one for me. It was extremely busy.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, it was extremely busy. So
I know when I see you looking this dapper, I know it was a busy day.
I specifically told myself when I was coming up here, I'm not going to compliment Kimberly on her dress, but I compliment her. I compliment her only because she compliments me. So I don't want nobody to say, the girl is giving her a little compliment, and you don't even return professional courtesy. So,
no, professional courtesy happens at the door. I just like to save mine for on air.
All right, thanks so much, Kim. Let's jump into Leslie. Leslie had some messages from since last week.
Yes.
All right, this is going to be a bit, and then we will jump into our conversation. We are talking about Modesty May. That's how it's entitled, and we are focused mainly on dress.
In my respectful opinion, humble opinion, how the world wants to wear the stuff, that's the world, right? But when it comes to the church must look like the church, right? And when we dress and we come in, when we dress, people should be able to identify us. We should not be looking like the world when we dress to go out. So, and you have worship leaders worship leaders going on the pulpit and they're doing worship, but the pants real tight, and then they have wallet in the back pocket and everything showing up, and then sometimes the shirt tucking the pants, so they didn't leave nothing to the imagination, and it creates a distraction for the curious eyes that looking, right? So, and then the females. So you find that the males will say they want their wives to dress modest. But when you really look, they will go after the females that are not modestly dressed in the church. And those are the females they will go after. But then when they get them now and they settled, then they want them to dress modest. So there's a little bit of hypocrisy when it comes to modesty and dressing in the church. And I think that's where I really focus in my attention. Not in the world itself. The world could do what the world have to do. But I am looking at when the world style comes into the churches, that is where the issue is, where we can't tell the difference. Thanks. Okay. Take, for instance, in terms of modesty, right? In 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9, where it says, women should adorn themselves in respectable apparel with modesty and self-control, right? But then we're looking in terms of the difference between culture and tradition, and in terms of what is the way people would see themselves in the presence of God, and also in 1 Peter 3 verse 3 to 4, that emphasizes the inner character over the outward adornment. Okay, Kimberly, well, I am not talking about whether a woman should wear pants or not wear pants. That's not the issue. The issue, what I am focusing on, is the tightness that is revealing the body parts. That is where the issue is, right? So I am not focusing on whether a female should wear pants or not, but my focus is really the fact the low cleavage and the tightness of the clothes that people wear, right, in the church. So that's what I'm focusing on. The fact that the tight clothes that revealing everything, and sometimes when they sit down, people have to bring the altar workers, the ushers have to bring a scarf to cover the legs, so that the reflection in they will not be. Sometimes the pastor might be on top of the pulpit preaching, and he can't even look ahead because he may see what he ain't supposed to see. So because sometimes they sit down badly, right? So it's about the tightness of the clothes, and the low cleavage, and the short skirts, the short skirts or dresses, right? So it's not about whether the females wear pants or not. It is neither here nor there with me. It's about the tightness of the clothes that I'm talking about. And we would like to get a part 2. Thank you.
All right. Well, part 2. Here we are.
Here we are in part 2. Thank you so much. We played those voice notes. Those were from last week. We didn't get to play the last 3 voice notes that you all heard. We did play the previous, the starter one for this evening. All right. I do want to give a comment on Leslie's contributions. So first of all, thank you so much, Leslie. Now, we had raised, I think it was myself, I think I'm the one who had probably raised the issue with the pants, and, as well as the covering on the head. Because you look at the issue of respect and how that is determined is not based on one person. It's not based on me. It's everybody has their interpretation, their view of respect. So several people view if you wear a pants as a woman, that is disrespectful to the house of God. So even though we get what you were saying, Leslie, that would not be your issue. But that is an issue for several other people. And as we have the conversation on modesty, on clothing, how do we properly handle that from the church perspective? As we say, we are not focusing on the world, fine, we are focusing strictly on the church. How do we differentiate between the world and the church? What is church dress and what is world dress? Those are the questions we will want to get into. Go ahead, Kim. I'm jumping to you.
I am fascinated because you lined that up so perfectly for what I have prepared to say, and I didn't share any of this with you. Okay, you asked an excellent question, right? And I would say with confidence, we have a culture of dressing up for church.
And
if anybody doesn't believe me, if you are telling me you don't know this term Sunday best, I don't know how long you live here for.
You're not in the church for
Yeah.
or you're just exposed to your culture and nothing more.
So if you, and Leslie raised a very valid point just now with culture versus tradition.
Right.
Because it is both culture and tradition.
Yes, it is.
For us to wear our quote-unquote Sunday best.
Yes, it is.
To go to church, right? Now, someone raised last week us dealing with the worldly definition and not addressing the Bible. So with that being said, kingdom principles, let's get into it.
Right.
So can we turn our Bibles to James chapter 2? I'll be reading verses 2 to 5. It says, "For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring in goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, and ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him, Sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, Stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool. Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts? Hearken, my beloved brethren. Hath not God chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom, which he hath promised to them that love him?" So, is Sunday best appropriate according to what we just read? Because if we are not supposed to, and the first scripture we read was out of Timothy, and actually I will read what Leslie referenced, which is 1 Peter 3 verses 3 to 4. It says, "Whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price." So, should we be dressing up for church? That's a real question, because if we are saying that there needs to be a clear distinction of church dress, is that biblical? Where did we develop that concept from? That's the question that we should be asking. If we're saying that there's specific church apparel, what exactly is it? Because it definitely is on Sunday best, based on what has been provided to us for context of what we are discussing.
Right.
So, all right, I would love to hear what everybody has to say.
I would like to hear what are church clothes and what are world clothes.
Yes.
And let me, as we get into this topic, I said it last week and I'll repeat it. This is not a hard and fast.
No. This is something that goes on.
Let's take this before we jump into the voice notes, because we have about 2 voice notes.
Okay,
right?
sure.
If you go to work, what kind of clothes are you wearing when you go to work?
Oh, corporate wear.
You're wearing corporate wear. Is it not work clothes? So let's say, for example, somebody wears a jacket and tie in a business, in a job setting. Would it be classed as work clothes? Trinidad, Tobago, and the rest of the world. Will it be classed as work clothes? That's one. And then the other thing is this. I'm going to tie that. The same clothes, the exact same color, size, and everything. The same person that walked into the job and wore that clothes walks into a church on the same day. Are they wearing church clothes?
Excellent question. Excellent, Dev. I love that.
Let's hear from Sybil. Auntie Sybil.
To my dear, darling nephew, Deacon Devon, and my sweetheart, darling niece, Kimmy.
Good night to you, Auntie Sybil.
Shout out, Auntie Sybil. Let's hear from the truth. Persons are quiet, so I guess they're giving. Are you all mulling over what's happening? No, because here's the thing, right, guys? Trinidad, Tobago, the world. There are a lot of things we tend to be hard and fast on. That's why last week I wanted for us to take our time. We will
Yeah.
rush to some things, but we are not taking the time to properly process what we are saying. You know, the positions that we have. It's not wrong to have a position, but are you holding that position very strongly based on your culture?
Right.
And not taking other things into factor,
Right.
because when one goes into another country, that Sunday
That's
best
valid.
does not exist.
That's very true.
Let's hear what the truth has to say.
Good evening. I think people who female should be aware of their attire. I remember I went up on the altar to make a presentation. I think it was to read a word or something I went to do there. And after service, I said to the pastor, I said, Pastor, how do you make out spending so much time on this altar? We need to let these ladies know that they are sitting in the church with these short clothes, and from your standpoint, it is very, very, very disrespectful as far as I'm concerned.
You see disrespect?
Okay, so all right. Dev, do you know what an influencer is?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So there's this woman on Instagram. She's a Modesty influencer.
Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
So she makes videos explaining if you are dressing for church, this is how you would dress appropriately.
Okay.
And so she gives demonstrations and does different types of styles of what she believes would be allowed,
Right.
based on what she defines as modesty.
Right.
So she says that whatever you are wearing, you should be able to bend in it. You should be able to raise your hands
Right.
in it.
Right.
It should be long,
Okay.
and you should be able to squat in
Okay,
it.
okay,
So she does all of those demonstrations,
right,
yeah,
right.
in whatever she picks, and if it's not suitable in any of those actions, she gets rid of it out of her closet.
Oh,
Yes. So
all right.
so that's the whole thing in and of itself. So for me, I would say women's clothing is an interesting thing.
Yes, it is.
Because I could wear something high up to my neck. And if we are saying that if you're wearing modest clothing, it should not be tight, I could wear something high up to my neck and I could bend, and then all of a sudden you see in my chest. Because if it can't be tight, it can't be fitted,
Right.
there's nothing to support the fact that it's up to my neck.
It's loose. It's open.
So if it's loose,
Right.
and I bend, then you're guaranteed to see something.
Okay. Okay.
So I understand the concept. I would take it a step further and say that you can be completely covered, and that still does not stop a man from desiring your body.
Or a woman these days.
Or a woman
Not
these
even.
days.
I should say these days. I should just
So-
say woman.
Yeah. So it even being covered from head to toe, it doesn't stop men from still using their imagination. So as much as I agree, because personally I'm a woman that covers myself,
Right.
but it
And I think that's another aspect of the conversation.
Yeah.
The truth. I want to say this. The truth. I would really like to hear pastors calling. Well, not calling, because we have our phone line still down. We're working on that. Hopefully, that will be resolved soon. I would like to hear some pastors send messages. Some ministers send some messages and give your thoughts, male or female. So give your thoughts on when you have to minister and you interact or you observe members in the church
Yeah.
with the dress, the way they are dressed. And to be fair, I will expand it not only to the women but even to the men, because we have some guys going up to do certain things and the pants bust up, and you know that is viewed as disrespectful in some
Yeah.
spaces. You know,
Yeah.
not all spaces, not all churches have an issue with that. There are churches where the worship team has persons wearing bust-up pants. The
I
knees
find that
bust up and thing.
disrespectful.
You understand?
Yeah.
Right? So there's where the issue of respect becomes questionable. Not to say, with all that we are saying, let's let everyone know this. The time in Sweet TNT is 7:30 p.m. You are on Isaac 98.1 FM, specifically dealing with the program Kingdom Principles. Deacon Devon here alongside Kimberly, and we are looking at Modesty. We titled this Modesty May. We are talking about dress, and we want to hear your views. Now, as we touch on various things, we are not saying that we shouldn't have a standard. All we are doing is expanding the conversation, because we are going to hit on something, a hot button issue, in a few minutes, very few minutes. Real hot button. So we're getting at it, and I'm already saying we wouldn't be able to cover everything. So let me touch on who I want. Oh, Leslie, I was waiting for you. All right, let's touch on Brother Eastman. He sent a voice note a while ago, and then we have Alicia and Leslie. Before we jump into some hot button issues.
Yeah.
Good night, Kimberly. Good night, Deacon. Deacon. Happy Mother's Day to you all, mother and grandmother, and cover everybody under the blood of Jesus. Okay, well done, you.
Shalom, shalom. Tell Kimberly and Brother Dev. I heard Kimberly said, I think Brother Devon said that, the strictness, being serious, taking it seriously, concerned about how you dress, how you attire yourself, going before God. And I remember some years ago, I was doing ushering and stuff, and I always we were brought up in this way that, church, you respect God. How you dress in the church, how you meet people, especially being an usher, etc. And I remember one or two people came in the church, young people, and their clothes was really, really short. And when they fell under the anointing, you would see certain things. And I remember going to the pastor, and I said, Pastor, you should tell the young people how to dress a certain way. And I remember some few people, we got a buff, and he was like, no, don't tell nobody how to dress. Once when they fall, they have nothing that they're not supposed to have. Excuse me. And I was like, what? So then people just had to roll back like, okay, if the pastor ain't complaining, we need to mind our business. And sorry to say, but that's how sometimes the church become. You can't even address anybody in love, that is. And he was like, hey, all you feel this is a straightening shop. I don't want to straighten everybody, but it's not that we were straightening. And then so some young people, the excuse is, well, we have a cycling short, so nothing wrong with that, excuse me. So you would see the older heads, Bible say correct the younger ones, and when we try, it's a double standard. So I think the strictness or the seriousness and how these people dressing today, it has a lot to do with what the pastors, so some of them allow to creep in the church again. We want to be, you can't tell, at time now we can't tell the difference between out there and in here, or the world and in the church, because everybody kind of yin and yang in together. So, good topic, come Patrick soon, I'm listening. She good
at it. Alicia, you're good, you're not chicken Patrick already. Hey, listen, hats off to you. No, but what she hits on is valid.
Yes.
If you do not raise standards or have this as an issue, then it'll be a free for all.
Yes.
And it would be an issue. Let's say, okay, you're a minister. You don't want to run people. I think a lot of churches have that challenge. You don't want to run people. But at the same time, you don't want to allow things. So there's a balancing act. I think that once you set your standards as a church, when people come in, they know what to expect. When you go into a fast food, I wouldn't call any fast food names. If you go into a fast food place, if you go into a bank, there are rules.
Yes.
I believe that there are banks now that you can't wear a hat. Right? If you
can't.
You can't wear a hat, right? Before you could have worn a hat. If you go into the fast food place, you are supposed to form a line, join a line, and then you are served. Have respect for the CSR, etc. So there are rules when it comes to other things, but when it comes to the church, we tend to want to have a free for all. And I say no. You have standards, and people will respect it. Go ahead, Kim.
Well, Alicia's voice note reminded me of a time I was rebellious. So there was this point in time where I wore. Dev, you are familiar. You have a wife. So there are these dresses where the strap is very thick, straight across your shoulder.
Okay.
But it doesn't come down into a sleeve. It just stops at the edge of your shoulder.
Okay.
So I wore one of those to church one time. And a church auntie would have said, don't do that again. Wear a jacket next time. So I would have asked why. My shoulders are inappropriate. They shouldn't be outside. My shoulders are a distraction. To which I was like, how? So then I proceeded to say, so if we didn't, because the AC was off, if we didn't have AC, if the AC wasn't working, and I wore this to be comfortable, would I be inappropriate then? Well, that's a different story. How is it a different story? It's the same building. So, explain to me how my shoulders disturbing you from receiving the word of God. Because I definitely don't. Well, Devon, no, my shoulders was out the very next time again. Because if you can't give me an appropriate response, then how am I supposed to just blindly follow this rule that you are trying to establish without any, there's no substance in what you're saying. Everything falls apart in the argument.
Exactly, because I wonder, as you talk about that and the conditions that may exist in a location. If you are in a very hot climate, do you wear? Is it that all the men are supposed to wear jackets and all the women are supposed to wear very long things and be sweaty, and there's no air conditioning? Because air conditioning is still
it's a privilege.
Yeah, it's a major privilege. So remember, persons used to be fanning and all that kind of stuff. So would it be for those who are accustomed to their community, to their area where they have the air condition, they have the the availability to have the jackets? Is it that that they are the standard for what dress is, modesty? So we continue to have this conversation. All right, so let's jump into Leslie, and we have ground control, and then we'll hopefully start to bring up this issue of this hot button thing. All right, Kim, let's make it happen.
Hi, good evening again. So, the question arose as to whether in the corporate way, when you leave work, you come straight to church. That question. Now, the thing about it is, even in the corporate space, there has been discussions concerning what people wear into work, because long years gone by, people would wear their suits or what and proper shoes, close the shoes to go into offices. Now, when you go to offices, you see the younger people, well, some of the older ones, but mainly the younger generation, what they would put to go on the avenue in a party, the high tin heels and the pointy tip shoes with strap-ups, and sometimes they have their feet exposed and the toes outside and the toes exposed, and the reason why they used to cover it is in case of an accident in the office. Now, even the dress code for office wear has changed, and that too has become also a discussion, right? So I know you're talking about with the dress code if you leave work and come to church, but even that working clothes has changed. People wear, like if it's like they're going to a party on the avenue in the tin heels, high heels, it's 6, 7, 8-inch heels, and the pointy tip and the strap-up shoes and things like that. And that's how they go to work now, right? That is how they're going to work in the modern day, and that has created even questions in the office. So I just throwing that out there.
All right, thank you very much, Leslie. No, what you're saying is true. A lot of things are being reviewed as to what is acceptable, what was acceptable, what wasn't acceptable, and so on. But the example of the dress with the office and the dress with the church was in the context of, is that worldly?
Right, yes.
If one dresses in that jacket and tie and shoot, and the same individual walks into that church, is that worldly?
And Dev, that's a valid question, because churches have midday services.
Yes, they
where
do.
People will often leave their job
jobs
on their lunch hour and go to the lunchtime service during the week.
True.
So people wear their work clothes in quotations to church.
So this is the
again, how do you wear church clothes in church? Because we need a definition of what church clothes is.
Church clothes is.
And then how do you wear church clothes only in church when you might be in church for an alternative reason other than a Sunday morning or a Saturday morning or whatever your case is?
And we are talking about people who are saved and they are going to the church, not someone who just walked off the street. Right? We're looking at that. So we want persons to think as we continue this conversation. Let's touch on these messages. Leslie has another message. And then we have, Sharon and so on. Okay, let's keep going.
Kimberly, the more I listen to when you speak, you remind me so much of my daughter, and I could practically see my mind's eyes. You rolling your eyes when you talking concerning it's the same building, It's so funny, but seriously. Okay, well, if they come, that's not worldly. That's not worldly. The point is they cover it properly. So what we're talking about in terms of church is we're talking about in terms of dressing properly, not tight clothes. Because I keep going back to that tightness, right? Because like in my closet, I would wear suits, right? Like during the week. Sometimes if I am, well, when I used to work, I would come to church first. I would come to church first in the clothes that I'm going to work, and then go to work, right? But it's not tight. It's not tight, So it's not about those clothes. It's not like worldly. It's what it is. It's dressing properly in the presence of God, in the house of God. That is what it is. Not tight and not revealing.
Kim, you want to touch on anything?
Well, there's so much to say, but I want to get through the messages because I want to give everybody a chance.
You go.
Okay, so I would say that I'm still uncertain of what we're going to define as church wear, because outside of something being tight and outside of exposing cleavage, is that just the only barometer? That's the only measurement we have, is that where we're drawing the line? So there's no other
we will have to
there's no other requirements.
The question is church clothes a proper term?
Yeah
Right. I agree, Leslie, with looking at things such as the tightness and so forth. Those are valid points.
Yeah, very.
So now, with that said, then we will have to shift. Which I seen that we will have. I'm a realistic, but I know people are not going to change. But one should understand that your argument now in regards to church clothes does not have much weight.
Yeah.
With that that's just one example. I could have more examples.
But even when we look at the scripture, Sunday best clearly does not align with what the word says.
No, it would be a cultural thing.
Yeah.
It would be, okay, this is my Sunday best because on Sunday I'm coming out with this best clothes for that.
Yeah, because the expression that has been handed down to us, how we arrive at Sunday best in the first place, is because when your grandmother was dressing you on a Sunday morning for church, you have to put on your best to go and serve the Lord.
In your country, you'll keep that in mind, in your country.
Yeah. So that's people that know the term Sunday best is because they grew up hearing it. That was their experience.
Paul and them never heard about Sunday best.
So
neither church clothes.
So we need to determine what is going to be our finalized metric system for this.
Exactly. We have 3 more minutes to collect some messages. Let's go through some of these messages in the interim. Good night, brother. This is coming from Sharon B. Good night, brother Devon and Kimberly. In a nutshell, modesty covers your private parts, not so tight to reveal your private parts, and length shortest by your knee. God bless. Thank you very much, Sharon B.
All right, that's a start.
That's a start. But there might be people, Sharon, who might say, okay, that knee not good enough,
No, yes.
Yeah, there are persons who have a problem with that knee, which comes back again to our subjective position. Not fighting anybody, but we are just putting out there
for sure
the different views that are outside. We have ground control. Ground says, somehow I can't see Kimberly as rebellious,
Good.
Let me tell you something.
Very good.
Very good.
I like that.
Let me tell you something. You see that? You see this wonderful sister here? You see this very wonderful... She
I'm
she
not
is
rebellious, though.
I know. Let me see what I have to say that. She is like a firefly. She not to be trifled with, not to go want the small size. And here's what I say, right? I'm saying that because I know, like, when I grew up, I was very small in size, still small in size.
Yeah.
I got a little belly. I tell my partner, I got a little belly. He tell me, I can't get a belly. I got a little belly. I'm proud of my belly.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're small, you tend to be. Several small people are aggressive because they feel that they have to defend themselves with bigger people. Yeah. Kim can be defensive.
And I would say part of my aggression is because of all of these hand-me-down clothes that you would eventually grow into.
Right.
And because you remain small, you never grow into anything, and you're walking around all over the place in these baggy clothes, and everybody picking on you. If my mother could even remember at all.
Alright, ground control says, I put in on what makes me feel good. No, don't matter where I going.
Alright. But we know Grong is a rebel from a long time.
I listen, That's half of the story, brother. That's half of if everybody pick up that as a Christian, we in problems. But thanks for your thoughts. We have Lashana. Lashana says, good night. With regards to the topic, there is a particular church of a certain denomination that says, come as you are. There are plenty of them to say that.
And that's in
Lashana.
quotations.
That is a lot of churches say that. She says, we as Christians in church should be mindful that sometimes how a person comes to church, that it may be all they have at that point, and we should be a little understanding and lenient. Should we be so judgmental that we turn a seeking heart away from the Lord?
Ooh.
This is what I want to comment, and I give Kimberly her thoughts. For persons who say, come as you are, they are absolutely right. You come as you are, but the statement is not complete. The statement needs to be that allow Christ to transform you.
Yes.
You can come in your whatever outfit you wear on before. You have a bus of pants or slippers. You have something fitted as a man or a woman. You come into the assembly. But if you come to the assembly, what should be happening in that assembly is not people petting you, but they declaring the word of God, and the word of God ought to bring transformation. So if anybody is thinking you should be coming to church and no level of a change happening, then that church is failing in its mandate to represent the kingdom of God. The Bible teaches us to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. Get that straight enough. You can come as you are, but don't stay the same.
Correct.
Otherwise, the church is ineffective.
Correct.
Why are you there? Why are they coming there? You need to. If I have a church, right? I'm a deacon. I'm not a pastor. But if I'm a deacon in a church, you come in the church, I'm not going to be holding you down and say, hey, you come like this and we give you a blind. No, I wouldn't, do that. And I don't think it's wise to do that. You are focused on ministering to the person, so you wouldn't shift your message from. Unless God move in here, make sure it's God moving here. You will shift your message dealing with a teaching on a particular topic, let's say the end times or whatnot, to because you see somebody dressed in a certain way.
Right.
There are people who don't know how to enter the house of God.
Right.
You don't do that, right? What you could do is observe the person. If the person comes a couple more times and you realize there's something with dress, then you could probably have a team that are able to talk to that person and see how they could assist. So we agree with you in that vein. Go ahead, Kim.
No, Dev. The time, we'll play the messages out.
Oh, okay, all right.
Thank you so much for this space.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, guys. We are... we didn't even get to do the hot button.
No, so
it'll have to be next week.
It's a good thing we had Alicia requesting part 3 because we will need it.
Who wants a part 3? Y'all let us know for the part 3 because y'all definitely participated. We have Irma Charles. Let's hear what Irma has to say. We are almost wrapped, huh?
Yep.
Good night, Brother Lester and Brother Lex. This is Sister Charles. I'm not sure.
All right.
Too early.
Brother Lex and they would be coming on a little while, in a few minutes.
Yes, good evening. Right, so
the truth.
You see, we make excuses for indiscriminate actions. For example, I hardly likely you'll find somebody walking down Frederick Street or any main shopping capital in a bikini on the average day because it doesn't find its place there. However, on these 2 festival days, they wear that and less, and it's not an issue. But if you do that on an average day, it becomes an issue. So everything has its time and place, and we must be able to adhere to proper dress code in the sanctuary.
The truth question to you, when last have you been on Frederick Street on the average day? Because I have absolutely seen that as an individual working in Port of Spain. That is a norm. But let's proceed.
Excellent. All right, Petra Joseph. Petra says, good night. What about the men who are wearing their pants too tight? Just wait. I'm a pause. I want to talk, right? But I have been encouraged to wear a little more.
Dev, that's totally different.
My pants safe? My pants
yes,
safe?
That's a totally...
All right, ladies.
Devon don't want to comment because one of Devon pants leg could fit maybe 3 or 4 legs inside one pant leg. And he's just been receiving a little bit of encouragement that it's okay to wear tailored pants. And that's why Devon don't want to comment. It's not hypocrisy, Dev. It's a totally different scenario. We're talking skinny jeans right now.
Oh, skinny jeans. Oh. I don't think I have any skinny jeans. Thank God. but ladies, you all tell us. Do you all get distracted?
It's very inappropriate. It's very disrespectful.
All right, we have Leslie. Leslie, Leslie, what you doing? I can't make all them. Leslie, them think I have to go for next week. You know? I thank you for your part 3 encouragement. Leslie sent 3 messages. Look at the time frame, and we have to get ready to wrap this. Leslie is next week for them voice notes, but thank you so much. Right? Let me see if I could get this one in because I played a good bit of Leslie stuff. So let's see if we could get who's this here?
Anonymous, I guess.
Kieran
Bruno. Okay.
Kieran Bruno.
Well, a very good night to Deacon Devon and Miss Kimberly.
Good night.
Well, I don't. Well, First Samuel 16, I think it's 7. It says, God doesn't look at the outward appearance; He looks at the heart, right? So I don't think that God really looking at what people wear and so on, the appearance, right? But all right, you wouldn't go on the pulpit and wear old boss of clothes. You have to use your discretion too, right? But it's only like if God instruct the man of God at the house or the woman of God of the house to not have his worshippers or those who dealing to the pulpit and so on with pants or certain types of clothes, and the man of God give that instruction. That is why he will want those people to follow it, right? But other than that, I don't think it's really any harm for people wearing pants or any women wearing pants or anything like that in church or anything like that. That's my take on it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Bruno. Totally appreciate that, and we agree. We don't believe there's any issues with women wearing pants. Petra, what are you laughing for? Petra, let me know what
laughing at you.
Petra,
and the skinny jeans thing.
I don't think I can make that skinny. But listen, it was a struggle for me to cut down my pant size. I cut it down, and it's a little more, closer to my skin. When I shout out to my father when I was growing up and I saw my dad wearing pants and it was, closer to his skin.
Yeah.
Not skinny jeans, obviously, but he would wear things. The older generation.
Yes.
I say I would never wear pants like that. And then I end up wearing pants similar to my dad. Yeah, pick up. I was shocked. Petra, get you, Jonesy. All right, so Leslie doing our next voice. Leslie. Petra crying. Petra, get you. All right, so Kim, we wanted to touch on the hot button. We had to leave that for next week.
Yeah.
No, let me leave it for next week. We leave it for next. Listen, you all tune in to Kingdom Principles on Isaac 98.1 FM next week, please God, because we'll start that fire. I know what I'll tell you off air, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was Leslie, but what Leslie still said it. Leslie, next
all right,
week,
Leslie,
next
we
week,
have 4 voice notes we owe in here.
Yeah. My word, Leslie. Listen, we thank you all for giving your contributions. All right, Kim?
Yes, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Again, we want to give a special shout out to all of the women, all of the mothers, wishing you a very wonderful rest of your Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing us into your space. We are always very excited to start off your week with the word. We are happy to have you as a part of the segment on Kingdom Principles. Remember that God did not promise us easy, but He did in fact promise us eternity through His Son Jesus Christ. If you don't know Him, please get to know Him today. Deacon Devon, over to you.
All right, blessings. Thank you again, guys, for joining us. We thank you so much, especially for your contributions. Keep it locked to Lester Suklal and Slow Gospel Worship. I believe that our Apostle Justin Smith will be conducting the Big People Prayer afterwards, and you all can look out for that. Listen out to Apostle Justin as he continues to minister to one and all. If you all enjoyed this segment, you all go up on YouTube, type up something on YouTube, go up on Isaac's page, say something on Isaac's page, and we'll be here next week, please God. You all, we have fire. We wanted to bring the fire this
Yeah, we wanted to
We
cook.
bring it tonight. But we gave you all these
We
space.
come with our ring stove and everything.
Yeah, but we'll make that shift. Remember, wisdom is the principal thing, so make sure and get wisdom. But with all that getting, get understanding. This is Deacon Devon alongside the lady Kimberly, signing off, wishing you a wonderful night. Keep it locked to 98.1 FM.
Starting off your week in an innovative way.
Kingdom Principles every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. on Isaac 98.1 FM. This is Double D, better known as Deacon Devon.
This is the ever-dynamic Kimberly. Call me Kim. Join us for vibrant, edifying, and humorous topics every Sunday evening.
Call or message us as we work together on promoting
God's Kingdom Principles.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of the Family Focus Broadcasting Network.